than ya shy nyesha. I'm on a high note, cause it's about the time, yo. Pussy niggas get the 5 fingers like a dino. Sub-Zero about to come and disconnect your spinal. You capping that you Richie, but we figured that you lying on. Been out the top for a minute, that's such an easy plan. You local rapper style is outdated just like a TV stand. But why should I blame you? I blame your cheesy fans. Apologies, hope they don't cancel me like the Yeezy brand. Fuck you and your beat maker, manager pia tomboy. Kariang de high bring paper, bobo hata jinyonge. Content haitoshi, to nonsense haikosi. Wakina umekuwa bosi, wanataka kumpia kasa haitoti. It was all a dream, but I get no sleep. In the goddamn streets, we was in too deep. Drugs, funny to mama prayed for me. Kasema sifuate upepo, nilifani cry lonely. Sijai panic, shit serious, ikai funny. The brand is elevating, we change the dynamics. The fans like it, open and Nikki applying magic. Leonardo flow, let it sink like Titanic. No cap, this is another degree. Nitolewa class 1, nikarukishwa class 3. Now I'm a rapper, kidato ali repeat. Wasn't no opportunities for niggas like me where I'm from. Tell them what's happening. You niggas is ratting it. When you Mickey Mouse, you looking for clout, na found a chapel. Man, I gotta flip this shit. I gotta eat this beat. Stories are kick easy, alhamdulillah, I'm sick kitty. You wanna roll with me? You give me liquidity. Yako nikagoji, otamona kititi. I'm gonna beat it. Bro, do you dig me, G? Magito dignity. Tuna dignity. Karibuni test, mimi si VCT. Isi free can I fest, and I live a kitty. Dipi me kitty, ya white na fish kiki. In the mix ya PCP, coconut na ETC. Trying to be all the things them niggas I thought I would never be. Living my dream in a city where people are bitter with jealousy. I overlapped the cats who started ahead of me. You all wanna be trying to be me, but now you're looking like a parody. But when you're ranging against perceptions, inspired they came to a state of perfection. But if you get it amazes me how easy does it. I don't debate on Twitter, but I don't really the judges. Nilikifai tunasosi wote, hakuna nigga tunapiga buff. Kata lichangesha pesa za token, so hata gani nyuku cheza please lazima pia au moke. Fame na sifa haziko enough. Somebody tell Aliko Dangote, kuna vijana wanajua. Unataka pake, na si kidogo. What's about to kutape? Basi uongo. On pitch bape, what is a local? Kata kawashe, kondili zogo. Kama nyake, nimeshika bongo. Kokoto shake, na pombe kidogo. Mina chapa ilale, musikali kombo. Mamidomo wafiate, na manale kwa mgongo.
Wagwan people, good afternoon, grand rising, good evening, Shmane.
Good morning, Jovi.
Good morning. Good morning. Well, you just woke up. You just woke up.
Good morning.
Welcome to our world. But Karibuni said, I hope you guys are doing amazing. Good afternoon, grand rising, good evening, whatever the time is on your end. 33 minutes past the top of the hour. This amazing Thursday, Friday.
Oh my God!
I'm going back. I'm going back. I feel like the week has been super quick. Literally, I can't believe it's on a Friday.
It's been super long. Long time.
Damn.
It's been so long.
You guys are how is life doing? How is life?
Magic.
It's life.
It's life. But we are still imagine to wake up Friday.
Time is going super quick.
Really now?
Yeah. Anyway, Karibuni sana. Let us know how you feel about the week. I feel like it has been super quick. But mmekwaje?
Nimekuwa fit. I can't complain. I'm grateful. Yeah.
How's your week been?
One day at a time. My week has been, I don't know, trials.
Okay.
But I feel good. It's Friday. I'm excited about the weekend.
Nice.
Never been excited.
Period.
Yeah.
Your turn?
Very productive, first of all, and also just interesting.
Shout out to you. You brought Joshua Maponga.
Thank you.
I was saying I wish you can bring Lumumba. And I was telling Keith that Keith won't be talking here for 3 hours. Time, we were discipline and time.
Discipline and time.
Yeah, we saw a different side of him.
You know?
Wow.
It's crazy, man. But
That'll
your
be
week has been
nice.
amazing.
Yeah, my week has been okay. I feel like we're being pushed into a new season.
Okay.
Honestly.
Alright.
Yes.
Yes. Sana. Every month
there's a
season. Every week has its own actually, you know, also season.
And motivation.
You know, you know, just feel like this, you know. But it's good. You need a positive person around you, man.
Sure.
Sometimes, you know, everyone is always dealing sometimes with their demon, you know, and you need someone to keep you motivated. Like, hey, but this is serious, you know.
Yote ni mwenye mnaweza kwa mnachomeka, lakini nakwambia
si serious.
hapa mbele, hapo hii moto.
Itakuwa mtana nyasi za green.
Usijali tunachomeka lakini tunamkangwa.
And it's true. No,
You'll see.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's so amazing to have such a mindset because everything actually is mindset. Being honest, how you set your mindset is how you know how also life turns out for you. If you believe you're poor, you'll be stuck poor with poor friends.
Exactly.
You know, but if you believe your level, utajipata kwa your level.
Exactly.
You are exactly who you think you are. But of course, as we speak about thinking who we are, we're about to come back and talk about our leaders, who they think they are. You know, we've been talking about the impeachment and requesting actually Kawera for the longest time Akwe impeached. We're not talk about that as we come back because last year we saw her spending 1 billion on just traveling alone. 1 billion on just traveling alone, which didn't make sense at all. How a president is a governor, you know, and who was literally brought zero development in the county where she is supposed to bring development, traveling with 1 billion. We need explanation, and we need you to return all the funds, all your assets should actually be frozen. It's everything of yours. Shall come back also talk about, of course, the accidents that actually have become super many. Right now we have 13 people who have been confirmed dead. We'll be discussing on that. We shall talk about where we have Senator Richard Onyoka talking about Ruto was being donating funds kutoka kitambo, so we shouldn't be surprised. And I feel like this is just us being him defending the president's action, and we should not allow this. But going back to the music, that was Calligraph Jones, Caterpillar. I wanna play some Silverstone bars and Diana Codes. And who again, female rapper do we have? Female rapper, Kenyan female rapper, apart from Shmani and released Mandy. So I think I'm gonna do the 3, and then we're gonna reach literally, I think, the bars, the delivery, and also who's the best. I think it's a discussion we're having just recently. Who's currently the top female rapper, literally? Like, being honest. Shekina. But we're talking when you're not Mboka.
Shekina Komboka this year.
You're not Mboka.
Shekina Komboka. Add some Shekina.
Alright, so this is Silverstone Bars. I think I'm gonna do this, the challenge she did over this one. Was it this one? Let me see. No, not this one exactly. Maybe I can calligraph. Really, a bit calligraph. This one. Yes, Bana.
Oh, yes, Bana. I thought you were going
Diana Codes. Which one are you going for?
I'm going for
Riswa.
Riswa, yes.
Kuna Riswa 1, Riswa 2.
Riswa 1.
Oh yeah. Mandy, give us Mandy.
Mandy.
Or how long?
The one in Yame rap. This one that she's rapped. What's the name? This one you played in the morning.
Copy.
Copy. Do you copy?
Yeah.
Do you copy?
Okay, so of course for those who are with us on YouTube, let us know, who do you feel is the baddest female 254 rapper from among these ones we're playing. We're gonna play not all the songs, but short, as we keep it short, as we get into the conversation.
Odie, tell me up too. Yeah, y'all motherfuckers know I had to do it. I had to do it. Everybody in this challenge since I'm here. I done showed you motherfuckers why you even here. Fuck a rapper, fuck a challenge. I can tell this motherfucker really was a challenge. Niggas is basic, I'm going ape shit, man, face it. I've been sick, bitch, and I remain sick. Man, I should leave these niggas some hoes, cause I should sell these niggas some dope. And I should leave bitches on choke mode. They was sleeping on me, now they on woke mode. Tell a clown I ain't on joke mode. Y'all washed up hoes on soak mode. I hit the booth at noon with a goon and recorded this, then I made a tune coke mode. Been here, never left, yes, Bana. And I came back like karma. Do I got the crown, yes, Bana. And who's gonna take that from her? Goons in the car, in the corner. You had to pack this links for the conjure. You had it lit till you spoke to your honor. You were the shape of bitch, I'm a problem. I hate hostility. Squirrel. Squirrel.
Wanna driller, yo. Nairobi to Dubai.
Nyamiswa, kwanza piga kiwichwa, ha. Ukitaka kusitisha. Riswa, ha. Ikifika kwa bed nyamiswa, kwanza piga kiwichwa, ha. Ukitaka kusitisha.
Shoot your mambicho na picha zikishika sufu nyamachicha si mwanda kila kitu inapita
Cheki man, iyo ngoma unasikiza kama uko na do kwa bank. Mademu anasema kabaya let another one. Wagwanga kishikisha wako zabe kwa kiban. Tishodi ya white down ni kibalan. Bia huyo mbina ajifiche imelan. Ilista tunatoka kama mule na japan. Chakulita nyubi mini veteran. Doba kina banga wena rasi karan. Must quench faster. All black then.
Do you copy? Who do you copy?
Me.
Shmali.
I'm the original copy.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
But we are asking about these copies right here. Which one do you copy?
The three of them?
Uh-huh.
I don't know, man. I really don't know how to answer that. I
That's a tough question for artists. I've
yeah,
come
for
to
me,
understand.
it's really
Why?
hard because I look at it from like different perspectives.
Okay.
Like when I look at like there's difference in language, so the lingo is different.
Yeah.
Number one, there's difference in putting in work. Like the person who has been consistent, and there's difference in the person who is popping right now.
All right.
Na zote ni bidii. So if we look at it maybe lyrically, maybe flow wise, alafu tuangalie tena hard work, because when you look at from an artistic perspective, talent is just like 10%.
Yeah.
90% is the people, is the work you put, is the networks you make, is how often you are. You might have the highest talent. Kuna wenye wameshinda wase kurap, lakini wako mtaani. Joy kikazi. So you can't actually just say it's talent wise.
Nice.
Yeah, for me that's my thought. But I love Silverstone. I feel like she's been amazing from day one.
Sure.
And this year I'm feel this year because I'm feeling like ever since the year started I've been seeing her around. Last year she was like really calm. This year Mesha released like the album early this year with Barack. She's working on a video with Ska.
Yeah.
And I've been seeing her. That's what I like to see.
Okay.
You see? So shout out to her. And of course Dana Cods, man. Doing really
Outside.
amazing. Yeah, she's outside. Outside. When you see somebody who's popping right now,
Diana.
it's her. She's putting in the work. And last year was Mandy. And look at last year was Mandy's year. So you see all these three women, like they just do.
So literally put in work, and the work will show out.
Always.
Put in work. Yeah. But do you have any quotes of the day before we get started?
Yes, I do. But when to hear you on perspective.
You what on trend Sana?
I think I'll go with Mandy.
Okay.
Number one. She's very raw. And I literally feel her vibes.
Okay.
Like she speaks to me.
Mandy.
Literally, Mandy.
Okay.
Moving in her rap songs,
Okay.
she's just hard. And she's like straightforward to like, this is how it is. And then I'm gonna go there the chords.
Alright.
Definitely. Also, I feel she gives you like, I know who I am. I know what I want. And I'm here. Regardless. I'm coming.
Okay.
And then Silver, for me, she's amazing. She's an amazing rapper. But her bars for me, I don't feel like she's speaking about life.
Okay.
She's just speaking about what's happening, like, maybe fashion and stuff, have fun. Mostly about fun and just, have a good time.
I feel like Silverstone anakuanga beach
Beef, anakuanga
like anakamia madem. Na hiyo ni rap.
I think I like
and that's okay.
That's
Also,
rap.
Yeah, for me, like a flow, because for me, if I try check my majority of my playlist, I don't know, that's all like,
Yeah,
that's
you
what
have
I
a
go
lot of
for.
Silverstone.
Yeah, like, I like, the attack,
Yeah.
like the attack, like, who do you think you're playing with?
Yeah,
Like,
and
also,
that's hip-hop.
there are codes, like you've explained, she's delivering, everything, talent, like, all of them are
Confidence.
talented, and
Yeah, of
literally
course,
say,
they're
also
all
like
talented.
Mandy.
Yes.
Yeah, but I'd say Silverstone is my top playlist
Right.
of all time. My YouTube is Silverstone most of the
Right.
time. Yeah.
Okay.
All of them, like I've said, all of them
All
are
of them
really
are very talented.
So like you can see who you know, attend.
They are very
they're all
talented, and they are all
but
talking.
playlist yangu,
They're all rapping about things which actually works for them, which is okay.
And works for other
Yes,
people.
works for other people, different type of groups in the world.
Yeah, and I also believe they have their own tribe.
Yeah.
Because when you look at artists, they speak to different people.
True.
Silverstone, watu unamsikia ni watu uptown. Most of the people like, hey, and they relate with what she says.
Yeah.
When you go back to now, twende Islando watu wanasikia Mandi na
Mandi na Codes.
na Codes, lakini ungekapo Shekina pia watu
sure.
so it depends with like who and the fan base they have.
Like kuna delivery of bad bitch in different ways.
Yes.
You know,
Different ways.
Barbie na Ugero.
Yeah.
Same
That's
way,
true.
but I still getting the bad way.
Yeah.
But anyway, as we get into the conversation of the day, but before that,
my quote is remember not that, oh my god, that was a rich one. Mine was keep working, somebody is telling somebody you're dope.
okay.
Yeah,
What
keep
one?
working, somebody is telling somebody you are dope. So when you keep on putting in work, kuna mwenye anambianga mtu ni mgori, wewe ni mgori. So let that be a motivation all the time. Yeah.
Mine is coming in a bit, just give me a moment.
All right, me too. I think it's also everyone maybe who's with us on YouTube can share maybe any quote of the day you have. I'm gonna just read something simple. This one says start your weekend with a grateful heart and a positive mindset. Like you said, everything is mindset. And have a good day and have a wonderful weekend, literally. So be careful. Number one, that's what we preach here a lot. There's a whole lot of people who are, not careful how they drive outside there. The people who actually just, believe in YOLO for real. Like, so you can mess with other people's life like that. So be careful as you go outside, maybe with your friends. Don't drink and drive. If possible, stay actually indoors. It's always beneficial. Trust me.
Mine is I'm confident, not proud. Confidence is knowing my worth. Pride is thinking I'm above others. Confidence is secure. Pride is dismissive. Confidence allows growth. Pride resists it. If my confidence intimidates you, maybe it's not me. It's your insecurities. Sounds like a you problem. Yes.
Okay.
And also to add on that, I was saying like if you're confident, mtu akiona like the people who would actually feel like unaringa or whatever, they are insecure with themselves. So from them it comes from an insecure perspective. That's why people would be like, because a confident person is knowing who you are. But somebody mwingine ataona huyu akona maringo ama huyu akona nini, that is coming from an insecure person.
That is so true, because they're not secure about themselves.
Yeah, because why you feeling triggered? It's you lacking confidence. So my confidence triggers you.
Triggers you, exactly.
Triggers you. You can't handle my presence.
It's true.
So it's crazy. But anyway, as we get into the conversation of the day, I want to start with, of course, our dear president has been making headlines throughout the whole week. Of course, we've seen him talking about the chapati. Kenyans came up with the AI. I think you guys saw the images. Should we handle floods with the chapatis? Should we go pay SHA with chapati? Should we talk about our lands? Should we sit on chapati as we give away our lands? Like, what's up? Like, let us talk about it, So, of course, this week he has been making headlines. We saw he's been making a state visit. I didn't know. Yesterday was his fourth one. He went to Kibera, where we saw on his way, one of his motorcade or convoy literally ran over one of the people. And like I said, I was telling, I don't know who I was telling yesterday, but I was telling them, wait and see the the UN flooding emails, or literally our reaction is gonna be taken very quick. And that was actually yesterday. Yesterday during the national during the culture show, I was talking about the National Police station service, literally National Police Service, who came out and said they are doing investigation, and any witness who actually has seen this scene, should come forth and give the
testify.
Exactly. That was the first comment that I saw. People are like, nah, you go give actually a testimony of what you saw, then you're gonna be killed. Because number one, people saw it is the president's. So what do you mean you need? What is it? What else? What other?
It's all over.
What other evidence do you need?
They want to shun the people who saw it.
True.
Yeah,
What
they
else
want
do
to shun
you
the
need?
evidence.
Any evidence? So any maybe recorded videos.
Yes.
What it could be
That is
anything.
true.
So it's crazy. That happened. Of course, he also went ahead and said Kenyans right now have access of free IDs. Remember, this actually came after him still coming into the presidential seat. And immediately we saw some changes in taxes, including birth certificate, death certificates, including that, and even IDs from 100 to 1,000. So it's crazy now. All of a sudden, 2 years, which is not far, towards election, you're telling Kenyans they have access to free IDs.
I know.
And then I went through the comments, and I love the way people are so clever and understanding. This is an Hegelian dialectic. Bring a problem you know, people react to it, come and act like the hero while you're coming up with a solution. And that's basically how it's playing, acting the hero. The same person who brought the problem is not acting like the hero in our own country. It's just super crazy. So we have
It is super crazy.
a lot has been happening. He donated 20 million, pledged 100 million in a church. With the same church, we saw 5,000 people being recruited to go to UAE for slavery jobs. I'd say that literally because that's what it is. But we have Senator Richard Onyanka, who's actually talking about the amount of money the president donated to churches, and he has been doing this since he was a member of parliament. So the question is, should we keep on tolerating this kind of behaviors where these funds, you know, they can be allocated for other things, or we're gonna keep on celebrating churches being funded to keep us docile?
Where was the money coming from? That's abnormal. That is why this system, Fayawambo, has deliberately been dysfunctional. I can tell you this without any fear of contradiction. I was just thinking about it yesterday, and I was at my place. I said, I think I'm having a headache. Let me have some coffee and sleep, and I wake up, I'll be normal. When I woke up, I was a bit normal. Every year, the amount of money we are losing to this corruption and the pilfering of state resources is close to 2 trillion shillings a year. We take President Ruto as if he's somebody we didn't know, and he just came the other day from Europe. He was on holiday and he became president.
Wow, I didn't even know that. He was on holiday.
No, he's saying we take him, anasema nikaa tujui president, tunamchukua nikaa ni ni mtu mpya, like somebody new was on holiday and he just came the other day.
I was like, for a minute, like,
not like
God damn, like, how do you travel? Like, are you teleporting from Europe to Kibera? You know?
President, look at
Teleporting from Europe to Kibera.
how much money President Ruto donated and dished out to Kenyan churches before he became president, even when he was Uhuru's deputy. That's abnormal. Where was the money coming from? That's abnormal. That is why this system, Fayawambo, has deliberately been dysfunctional. I can tell you this without any fear of contradiction. I was just thinking about it yesterday, and I was at my place. I said, I think...
Yeah, so basically that's what he said. So Ruto has been donating money. This is not the first time, you know, and not just him, but literally most of the leaders we've seen this. The question is why, and why to churches? Why is this always happening? Again, I go back to the case of, you know, Amitwaju Pastor Monyalishikwa 2023 for
Mackenzie?
the mass killing. Mackenzie. You know, there's a puzzle that we missed there to not understand why this person actually was not executed for some reason. You know,
The case is no longer being talked
exactly.
about.
The case is not being talked about.
Yes.
There was another person connected who's also a pastor of this country, whose church was actually the one running the cutting and burying of these victims, where body organs actually were part of the scene. So it's just so crazy to see that there's puzzles missing and we're not being answered what literally and why are politicians always donating money in churches. Because we keep on talking about money laundering, but is it? Is really money laundering, or is it deeper than that? What do you guys think about this? Because it's been happening since Akiwa MP, Saini president. So like all politicians must also do it. The MPs, they do it. You just don't see it on news. You don't see it on news every single day because wanafanya kisirisiri chini ya maji. For what?
And he says
the question is for what?
Yeah.
That's the only question I have.
Yeah, shout out to what's his name?
Onyanka.
It's Senator
Senator
Onyanka.
Onyanka. And he's always been like really safe.
We-
He always comes with anakwanga na evidence. He's always anakwanga.
Yeah.
He always comes with the proof and evidence.
Yeah.
And that is one thing I always love about him. You know, it's him and the other one who has Masaya ule walipiganga Chebukati. Yeah. So personally, I've always loved that about him. Very confident and always comes up with facts, always standing on the truth. Regardless, you might not trust all of them, but at least you're seeing what he's actually standing for. You know, for now, as for now.
True.
But again, Ruto is not new to us. You know, people who are voting for Ruto, people who, because listen, we can't even say we didn't want him. There's a bunch of people who wanted this man.
True.
And right now they don't want him. I remember that time during election time nilikuwa naenda kwa best yangu huko hivyo Thika Road. Man alikuwa amesimamia UDA kwa hiyo S2. Wao ndio wako na mashati ya kupea watu. Nasema Ruto anasimamia watu kasi hizi. He was a DJ. And I'm like, bro, there's nothing that is gonna happen. Right now I talk to them and I see how people react. People are just like, people are bored. People are regretting. So literally, he's right. When you guys voted for you definitely knew this is somebody mwenye hata akiwa the deputy president before was stealing lands from people, was stealing anaibia the orphanage. My goodness, who takes a school? Like really mass killing. Since the ICC, it's not that people didn't know, but they actually forbid. People are always like that. What wanapenda kudanganya, selling false hope. And that's been a problem because let me tell you, if there is somebody who knows how to sell false hope, and that's why I feel like he goes super well to church, ni Ruto. Because Williams ana promise leo kesho. Jana aliongelea juzi chapati, si ndio 1 million. Jana akiwa Kibera ametupea new IDs. Si ndio? Unadhani leo penye yako ana promise nini? He's promising and promising. Nothing is being delivered. So at the end of the day, it's not that people like false hope. And you hear the people who still go to these places. You see, you're supposed to wake. People are super but naona watu wengine bado ni wajinga. Hawajui. Angalia kilikuwa nafanyika Kibera jana.
I know.
Kibera is in Nairobi. When I walk in Nairobi, I'm supposed to see everybody in Nairobi is mad.
I know.
Nobody's even supposed to be at kwa hizo press conferences zake. Unaona pata watu wanakimbia. Unaona Kibera of all the places sincerely penye unaishi vibaya hivyo. Bado nataka kusikia mwenye anakutesa. Yeye ndiye anafanya. Was it not displacement that happened in Kibera? Was it not? When you watu walikuwa natolewa by force na mkuru kwa njenga, why was it not Kibera when they and even this new idea of change ya kuchukua hiyo land yote ya Kibera, is it not part of this and as if they don't know, but they still feel there. So you ask yourself, do we really know? Are you confident enough? Can we even say like 50% of Kenyans know what is happening? It's insane because students say, oh, youths are woke. Some are still dumb and some are still going for that 500 shillings. Tutakuwa tunasema kila siku eti poverty is the enemy. No, we wouldn't be saying poverty is the enemy. Oh, I'll go for this money because poverty is the enemy. If you want to get out of poverty, you actually fight that poverty. But the more you go and take the bribes, the more you go to give this person hopes. Unampea kiburi.
Poverty. I think
trust me, Job, even if you every day you can't be playing poverty is the enemy. You wake up, you fight that poverty.
But again, mindset. We go back
that's
to the
problem.
mindset. Mindset ya wase wengi hata nikwambie. Like, and that's what I was saying during the mandamano, trust me, so many people just went because if you were to count the people actually who didn't go because of the wind, because Kenyans were going on demonstration, utapata watu wengi walienda tu because actually kulikuwa tu, it was fun, number one, because you could go, watu wako wanaenda job, you could just go. Like most of the people, if you ask them uko hapa juu ya nini, Ruto must go. Have you read the finance bill? Najua tu how can you talk about maybe Ruto's leadership so far? Ata complain tu chini anasikia kwa street. But if you ask them literally politically generally how things are operating and what they feel, imagine most of the people don't know. So mindset. So it's easy to be carried away. And that's why you see like kama situations za Raila. I want to see Raila's movement, man. I'm so eager to see the
he's
movement.
Moving, Joey. What do you mean you want to see his moving?
I want to see if he's gonna lead people again to demonstration and if people are gonna follow.
I don't think
I just want to see this because it's just gonna be so crazy.
You know he can't move because right now opposition inaformiwa. Opposition si Raila.
And then different parties coming
together, which is not ODM. So opposition is being formed. Raila shachukua nusu mkate. Raila is the second most. Ameshinda di deputy president sahi.
Ameshinda kuchukua nusu mkate kutoka.
Sasa saizi amechukua on our faces.
Nice.
Unajua, so people so he's part of the government. So he can't come and say I'm going to fight for oppose. Right now that's why we have Kina Martha Karua, Kina Gachagua coming together to form the opposition, Kina Morara and stuff like that.
We shall see.
It's so sad though, but actually he implemented the chapatis thingy yesterday or today. But still, I believe he's doing that because of the elections.
Of course.
He could have basically fulfilled the other promises, but But now, because it definitely works for him, that's why he's gonna try and implement some things. Because the idea is, okay, why did you bring that idea of paying for IDs when it's basically benefiting the government? Because you all want to actually sanction all the money from us. We think that doesn't make sense. There was a child trafficking thing. If you're not a Kenyan, if you're coming into the country, they have to take a DNA test. It costs how much? Is it 10,000?
45.
55
50.
DNA sign 50.
Yeah, you must have 50. When I
They
was
have to
checking
do that.
Google, it
And
was
you're
45.
like, what if they found out it's your baby? Are they gonna refund the 45,000?
Exactly. Thank you. Are you
Yeah.
gonna refund it? And okay, it's just crazy.
They're using every weird thing which
No, there's
literally
no
doesn't make
procedure
sense.
of
Yes.
anything, no strategy.
They're trying to suck money
arrangement
out of
anything.
us.
So I'm supposed to just, I'm traveling, coming from maybe I'm from dealing with maybe
Yeah.
some medical or maybe business.
Yeah.
You never know. People is traveling for different reasons. And then I come back, you're telling me 45,000 to confirm if this kid is mine. Are you
Is there an agreement I'm getting a refund?
Exactly.
Okay, right? Because all these strategies,
What's the
it's
strategy?
just taking money from Kenyans.
just taking money, exactly,
Yes.
for no
It
reason?
doesn't really add up. The ones for the IDs, honest, seriously. And then now free
Nakatayo.
IDs, but I believe it's because now it's literally working on the government side. So they'll try and actually just give you some little packs, you know, and flowers just for now to make you feel like you're on the good side of it. And then it's gonna repeat the same cycle again. But also understanding that it's also a front that this guy was literally put there as a puppet. Votes didn't count.
Yeah.
Regardless.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
man.
they have to do the election for formalities, but they had already chosen him.
But looking at the
No,
comments
yeah.
of majority of the people, what they're saying here, I'm gonna read a few. Someone says Kenya tunaendelea vibaya, and you guys will wake up too late when it's too late. And I'd say to agree to disagree, because we have people who are waking up, who are
Yeah.
understanding what's happening. I think right now more than ever, if you look at actually 5-10 years back, we're more focused on politics more than ever. So it's not like it used to be.
Exactly.
Someone else says the church is to blame, politicians are to blame, churches are to blame, because pastors have been actually accepting this for so long, and right now they're seeing a different version of how people are approaching this, because hautakuwa unapokeanga 20 million na tujui the deal you have. Mimi naleta sadaka hapa, ndarudi kukula sukuma, alafu unaenda kukula steak ukidrive, because pastors we see, I mean, we've seen pastors elevate in front of our goddamn eyes. Like they start with something small, the next minute you realize, hey, mtu anahosijui watu 1,000
Right.
sadaka na receive hapo na matite, and then we have zile
Yes.
special whatever special zinaitangwa
Benefits?
special prayers.
Okay.
You know, zile prayers za after
Okay.
services.
You pay for
Zile
those?
za
Okay.
za anointing. Si lazima wache tithe kidogo.
Okay.
Ndo weke hiyo anointing oil. It's business literally. These people drive cars, they build businesses. You see their wives now starting dressing nice. He's wearing suits, and you're still stuck there, you know, in the same position. Kwani nasema ungekwanga mnamwata siku moja mnalipia hata matena ntata rent.
I know, yes.
Mnasema
Yes.
mmekuwa mkitupatia
Yes.
kwa mwezi tunaweza fanya hivi ama kwa
Yes.
you know, because you have the ability
I
to.
definitely agree. Also, allegedly today, there's a pastor who's been allegedly accused of stealing 23.5 million of tithe.
See?
That's a lot of money.
Money stealing.
We're supposed to purchase a land with it.
Exactly. It's crazy, man. But as
It's
you speak
like-
about
Let me
run.
let me heal my childhood trauma.
crazy. As we speak about corruption, we have the Meru Governor Kawira Mwangaza, who is facing major setbacks as the High Court applauds Senate's decision to remove her from office. And this is something I think so many people have been hoping for so long, because it happens, inarudi tena,
Okay.
anarudishwa, it happens, tena ina happen, anarudishwa. We see a couple of people coming to defend him, talking trash. Last year, I think if I were to go through our corruption files, which I did have time to, but most of the things tunaweza kumbuka ni her spending money and talking smack still out to Kenyans, you know,
Was it
about
200 million?
It was almost a billion.
A billion, 800
Almost a
million
billion,
on
yeah.
a trip.
Yeah.
akakuja
This
akasema
country, is it going to Mars?
akakuja, she's the governor of Meru, right?
Yeah.
Akakuja akasema hiyo ni iko pesa ngapi, na iko 800 million.
Umetoa
Umetoa
wapi?
wapi? Wewe ni governor.
How much is your salary?
Hata tukiweza hesabu salary yako in a
Exactly.
span of that 2 years that you've been there, but
Yes.
ifiki a billion.
How much is your salary? Let's start there.
So where do you get all this money? You see, so at the end of the day, me personally, I feel like there's no smoke without fire. The first time I heard about, I was like, in Kenya, most of them have been dominated by the male gender. So they were like, you guys are feeling some type of way because she's a woman and stuff like that.
At first,
And
nakumbuka mimi
tulimtetea,
nikimtetea.
and it was a battle between the MCAs and the
Yeah.
Senate. But the MCAs wanamvote out, the Senate inampush in.
Right.
The Senate inamvote out, the MCAs wanampush in. So I feel like this is not the first time. The second time also it happens. Like, what will she be doing? And she's patriotic as how do we say, nepotic
Yeah.
as hef. Amepewa bwanake the biggest office
Look at
in the
that.
government. Like that was also one she was being claimed. The biggest, like bwanake anapewa hiyo office ya gava mbaya, and he is not even qualified. You see, her relatives wote wako kwa county government because she's just also the governor. So those are some of the things that she was being accused of. And right now, this is the third time. Plus, I've had plus after that money scandal, I don't trust her, and I don't trust any politicians. Like literally, Kawera, just go home.
I know.
And people who keep bringing her back, I feel like she has, cause anakuwaga na ka confidence ingine.
Mbaya,
Hakuna
I'll be
penye
back.
nitaenda.
Mbaya.
And I feel like she has enough money to bribe those people who work, all the senators na kuwapea like promotion, or they eat from
Unasikia
it.
usimes na mademu wa Meru.
Hey, hapana. She needs to go. She needs to literally go. No smoke without fire. Go.
So, your turn. What do you think about this? I feel like it's very necessary. And I want to read, of course, some few comments. But before that, what do you think?
Concerning her trips,
Literally, and I've been impeached.
it's worth it.
It's worth it, right?
Literally, because she didn't give accountability. Literal, she should have receipts. Like, this is coming from my salary and everything like that. And also the fact that I've been hearing she's always squandering money on her lavishly trips. I believe a lot of politicians are literally there to heal their childhood trauma. Honestly, they're like, it's become a business. Not even it's become, the government is a business right now.
I don't know if I'm gonna find out the video of Mtanzola who was speaking the same bullshit.
Right.
She said ningekuwa politician. I think
Sasa hivi mna complain ati Ruto amefanya nini sijui nini. Mimi ningekuwa mtoto wake mungelilia. Mimi najua mambo za dunia, napenda vitu za dunia. Ningekuwa nenda na buy Birkin bag, nanunua viatu za designers, naenda na mingle na the rich kids of Beverly Hills, nanunua nywele ya 1 million na nawaonyesha. Mimi napenda mambo za dunia, ni tamu. Pesa ni tamu. Wa ati nyinyi mnasema ati sijui pesa ikufurahishi, sijui nani apendi pesa? Mungu alijua nisikwe Shalin Ruto. Ningekuwa Shalin Ruto, ningewaonyesha maajabu. Shalin is humble. Mimi mungeshanga.
You saw the
Baba
other
yangu
day she was stressed with a Bentley. You guys saw?
no.
2 days ago.
She was spotted with a Bentley.
A Bentley.
In Kenya.
Bentley on Thika Road, unacheza. Iko BNN. Niliona Shalin na juzi alikuwa panda mat. Hadi walikuwa wasema from matatu to Bentley. Shalin was spotted on a Bentley 2 days ago.
Okay.
And it is the new model, the most expensive one here in Kenya. You want to tell me she's humble? And I feel like personally, sina Instagram. Iko BNN, ukifungua tu utaona tu from Bentley siji to whatever. Hapo tu juju si mbali sana. And it's super crazy because Ntazola anaongea she's not from a rich. I feel like when you have it, when you've grown in money, it's never a big deal. It's like where itu maisha yako ya kila siku unajua. So siwezi blame. Angekuwa si eti Shalina na hizo vitu. Si etiana. Hadi unaona hizo jacket zake zenye hata ndani ni ya mtu basi hizi zinakaaje. Can never be original as elf. Umeiona? Play.
The matatu to the Bentley Bentayga as me and Natalie wish and hope to do. Ali, number plate 555. I'm going to try to say but anyway. Sport is running a 32 million Kenya shillings Bentley Bentayga 2025 model along Langata Road. Langata Road. She's a bee farmer, by the way. To invest in bee farming, I'm going to tell you about yellow leopard.
I'm sure atatoka nilikuwa best yake. Alikuwa kwa lift. Igoja tusikie. Na hii ya baba yake.
Last week alikuwa anapea amepanda mat na kutoka nilipea wasefe. Another one here.
That's it.
So is that humble? Eri nataka kubuy designer. Watu wako na 32 million.
But humility is not defined by what you're like material stuff.
Hey, still.
Don't
It's not
allow
defined by
it.
material stuff. Honestly.
Shukuru Shalim. Mumshukuru. Hamna
I
asante
think
nyinyi wa
what
Kenya.
Sister says, she'll basically shove it in your faces. Like, hey, I'm here.
Yeah.
She'll do it in your faces.
Yeah, I feel like
Yes.
being honest, Charlene, she's kind of calm. Being honest, no, that's not cap.
Yeah.
She's kind of calm. She's not that how you'd expect. And I don't wanna say it, but I wanna say it out loud too. Like Sandra movie, you know, Sandra is here telling us how many cash she owns,
Like that.
you know, sijui nini, umeenda UK. We don't see none of this. Tunaona actually pictures. Sijui Charlene was spotted in the
Spotted.
States walking.
But unaona sasa
You
Sandra
know?
movie yeye wameteseka kwanza before wapate do. Kwa Sandra walikuwa naishi Buru na alikuwa shazaliwa. When the father became a governor and all the money started coming in, I feel like if you're born in money, it's just in you, Joby. You don't need to show it. And you, cause look at people who are rich. That they wound over Crocs, wanakasiji
They
aje.
look homeless.
They just look like
Homeless.
tembea kwa hizi malls Lavington and Runda.
True.
Utashangaa ni rich kids aje. Unajua, but wao ndio wako na Mastercard and everything. Na wamepack ma Bentley hapo nje normally. You see, but I feel like for people who have maybe earned it. Yes,
Okay.
wengine wanakuwaga na kierere inawashtua.
Some.
Si
Some.
wote.
Yeah.
Inawashtua and most of them wanakuwaga so loud about it. They want to
Yes.
prove a point
That's
because
a fact.
they have actually tasted this other side and now but if for example
They want
Joby
to prove a point.
because Joby
Yeah.
mtu anaweza sema oh me I have 1 million na mwingine 1 million ni petty change kwa
Yes.
na huwezi jua huyu amenyamaza tu kando
never
yako
know.
huwezi
Yes.
jua
True.
so I believe huyu mwenye atabrag is new to them unaona hadi mtu akipost
It's a new
kitu
world.
ni new to them like they're not used to that stuff
It's
so
true.
they're trying to prove a point that they have it and that's what nasikia from her perspective mtazola ko like mtabai hizo nywele juu haizi buy ya 1 million size lakini akibarikiwa na buy mtajua juu amjui that's what I'm saying people born like people who have like in Charlene babake alianza kuwa in government
Yeah.
where they have had money she's been raised in money
It's not a
so
big
hadi
deal.
utaimpata sijui eti hizo na nakwambia hizo nguo zake ni expensive as f people just she's not just showing off eti oh I have
I
if you see her in that
definitely
Gucci bag it's an original Gucci bag
so
let me
true.
tell you see hizi za Gikomba unaweza ona hiyo kiatu yake cause hadi hizi angalianga viatu za they look bad
It's true.
see 6-inch red bottoms
It's so true.
you know Kenyans want flashy
I have
for
friends
them
who
it's
like
not.
we just have conversations and maybe we've not talked for a while or basically just talk and just in the middle like you've been quiet like I just went to like this country they didn't post they did nothing
exactly
they just came back yesterday and
That's,
it's because I've asked
yeah
like where have you been what have
Exactly,
you quiet
yeah.
you did the other and they've not post on their Instagram or this nothing they're just
Nothing.
posting normal pictures
Exactly.
literally
yeah and sometimes they're not even posting
yeah
And they've
I feel
traveled
they
everywhere.
don't post literally
rich big money
Yes.
don't scream
Sure.
don't shout
That's true.
because pesa bigi wealth don't
But this
yeah
is
all the
our-
money don't
I'm just from oh my god
yeah ameenda
oh my
South
god
Africa
from
leo
how they woke up they went to the airport they'll take a photo of the passport it's just I'm like wow really
yeah
Dramatic.
yeah
It's crazy. But as we get to move on to the next
mi
conversation.
lakini na wawarn there'll be
That's
signs
okay.
Hadi mimi nitakuwa na signs.
there'll be
Mimi
signs
sitajifanya.
you'll see the
Mimi, I
signs
suffered in public.
I will not
I will shine
I
in
will
public.
in public too
Come on. Nasema hiyo kitu.
Sinishonaro
Hey, I suffered in public.
yeah she did
You
though.
shall see me shine in public. What do you mean that I'm hiding? Mtajua aje? Mtaficha aje saa? Alafu nikikufa ndo mtajua
No,
mchukue
it
mwangalie.
actually it's not about hiding it actually depends upon you some people live a private life right
Yeah.
they just live it private but some just want to show the fact that, you know what, some doesn't come from a point of showing off. It's just like, oh my god, you know, I work this hard and this is where I'm at. Yes.
So as we speak about Ruto, before I get to move on to the next conversation, this is him currently 25 minutes ago, another state visit.
Sasa majina ndio ile mpaka hata jana naona mmeniongezea ingine ati El Chapo. Sasa hii mnasema mnataka kufanya namna gani? Bado mko na ingine ya kuongeza tena kesho? Mtanipangia ingine? Sasa
Oh my god.
Many people think it's fun. Like you, this let me tell you, this is a bigger mockery. Trust me. Who say I doesn't move?
Yeah.
They don't. It doesn't feel. It's showing you. I don't feel shit. Whether
care.
you guys, I don't care. Hata
Hata
kasongo nishachukua. Nyinyi watoto, nyinyi mafala, kuna kenye mtafanya.
na benefits.
That is what he's trying to tell us. Like you guys can't do shit. Even if all you can do is just give me names. And I'm telling you, Kenyans, if you don't see this as mockery, sincerely, eti mnacheka cheka eti amekubali tutampea ingine kesho. You joke with somebody who's playing with your life. How is that really possible? Trust me, this is some big ass mockery. He's mocking us as Kenyans. It just doesn't take us serious. That's what I can say from this video.
But as we speak about being exposed to posh living and all that, I'm gonna share this video of the TikToker Mwanuvita, who's speaking about Kenyans tend to behave posh after being exposed to Western life, giving an example of Jeff Koinange.
No, don't
And I
go
feel
with
like
Jeff.
that is just basically you're just giving talking about if you're born in money, if you used to money, you don't need to, you know.
Don't come for Jeff Koinange. Why are you coming for Jeff Koinange? You serious?
Somewhere the person is telling you all kinds of, you're looking at them, you're like, Njoki, where?
I need to start the video.
Personally, I think this thing that a lot of Kenyans do, where they behave like they grew up, you know, in the abroads or in certain schools and certain upper class communities, and so now they don't know anything about the average life of average Kenyans. Yes, it's a illness. Because honestly, I think the best example of people who go abroad have the bougiest of upbringings. Look at Davido, for example. Yes, Nigerians, they never lose who they are. But Kenyans, even one trip somewhere, the person is telling you all kinds of, you're looking at them, you're like, Njoki, where?
Me.
Eh? Is it you? Because personally, I'm not finding this thing Kina Jeff Koinange are doing cute. It's giving very jonjo. It's giving that Deli Kemi who was personally.
I don't know what Jeff Koinange has done.
I don't.
But
it's his. I think it's the
You
fact
sure?
that he grew. No, he grew up in the States, or everything about him. But he's grown up in a rich family.
so you could define it because that's basically what
Please.
she's trying to say.
he literally struggled to
Tafuta
speak
pesa.
Swahili.
You know, people are
No, I feel like anasema
Hata
kesho yao
ndo.
asubuhi. If you guys have ever heard, I follow this show Jeff does in the morning breakfast show with this guy.
Yeah.
So I feel like your show inakwanga interesting because the one is from a very rich family na mwingine ni wa ghetto. So they ask each other questions.
The show.
In the show. So unasikia naambia
I
nilikuwa
know it
naambia Jeff,
actually.
unajua county?
Oh.
And then Jeff was like, I only know Governor Sakaja. Uji county? And then he's like, I don't know county.
Yaani
Show me
nakumbuka kuuliza kama
county.
unajua kubet na beseni
Hizo vitu I think ni vitu kama hizo. But I don't
actually.
feel like for people like
doing.
Jeff, I want to understand this
Yes.
woman in a perspective of you go and then you forget, you know. But if you're really born like that, it's not a problem.
not, eh.
But unataka kuenda iwe tu uende one
Unarudi na
month.
usahau.
Unarudi hadi na unarudi eti I don't do that.
Stima
Like, you don't do
upoteaga
that gani.
Stima
You-
upoteaga
Na
huko.
You're like,
unajua,
oh, you don't
tena-
drink uji?
Eh,
Uji power?
eti
No.
what's uji? Unajua, I'm like, hiyo ndio sasa ufala. But mwenye amezaliwa kwa dowezi ajui.
Facts.
Mtu kama Jeff, the
Honestly,
Koinanges,
yes.
the Kenyatas and Koinanges
Yeah.
have always had money.
Yes.
They've been born in money. And if he says ajui besheni ajui,
It's true.
anakwambia niwe koleza mbona nahoga kwa besheni why?
Are you okay?
Are you
Why you bathing in
why
the basin?
you don't you have taps? The way he asks it,
You're right.
it's like so innocent, and then they laugh, they make
Yes.
fun, and you know, I think it's just a fun of we want to hear the baby side and nataka kusikia pia ugeto side.
Yeah,
There was
it's a
time he
good-
was
it's a
being
good
asked,
one.
Jeff, if you're poorest, yenye huwezi toka home,
Yeah.
like yako ya mwisho yenye huwezi toka home.
Yeah.
Yenye ukisema natoka home, anasema 20k. 20k
He can't do anything.
he can't. Anasema cause unafaa kufuel.
Yeah.
He was explaining you need to fuel, you need to buy lunch.
Yeah.
So this man minimum uses every day is
Can you
20,000
imagine?
per day. Huyu ni msondoka kumwambia aende aoge kwa beseni. Hataona saa ngapi, unajua.
Yeah.
But I think she's talking about our wengine. Wewe tu vizuri ulikuwa hapa umeenda juzi. Surely unakuja sasa kutupandishia
it's
maisha.
Like you don't know anything about the average Kenyan.
Like unakuja
Yeah.
kupima watu ufala eti ujawahi yani umecheka
you don't know their lifestyle.
like you don't know, hiyo ni ya
No,
kukupima.
your
unajua.
lingo has changed.
Ni sawa lingo yako ichange, but bro tulikuwa nawe last month.
Na ulikuwa na accent ya Kikuyu ukitoka
I know juzi tu.
Now
Ra,
you can speak
rasha,
Kikuyu.
like, what the-
Now
what?
you don't know Swahili.
I feel like it's just a lot. Hadi
I can understand from that.
unajua
perspective.
watu kama
Yes.
niseme maybe hata huyo Sandra Mbuvi. Unajua kuna time alikuwa anajifanya juu eti hata, and then people started getting receipts. I was like, Sandra tulikuwa na wewe Buru, ulizaliwa Buru. We can talk about your younger brothers
Yes.
who were born in money.
Yeah.
But wewe mlikuwa Buru mkimove. Unajua you can't pretend that you don't know that lifestyle. Hiyo inakanika unapima watu.
Or you,
Na
and then there's a way you want to be.
unataka
upheld.
I feel like unataka ukue juu ya watu.
Top class.
Yes.
Unataka like you want to be on, inakuja na madharau, haikuji na
Yeah,
soma,
ikuji na uzuri.
I'm not
haikuji
like
na
y'all
yeah, I'm
people.
better. Inakuja na I'm better than you guys. You guys drink kuji, you guys
Honey, which lifestyle is that?
I know.
Yeah, that's such
And then with a
essence.
fake accent, like she really has a fake accent. I'm like, girl, can you usiongee tu, hakuna mwenye atakujaji.
No.
You know me.
Kama Shalin ndio mtoto wa president anaongea
If
shit.
I
Anaongea shit, anasema
if I wanna go to the gym, if I wanna go to the and then the nails, I don't understand what's up with the long nails,
Super
trying to
long?
be cardi type of thing. What's up with the? So just put the average normal nails. I like silly. What's up with the? Hata kama ni kukua baby, that's just being again. Who's a grown adult? Welcome.
Saizi
to
yako
the
na
thing.
roho.
But
Acha
you know me, you know, come on, Scott, in the gym. I'll go to the gym. I think I don't have money to pay for gym.
Anda lipo.
Think I don't have money for gym. I have money for gym. Do you know who my dad is? Shout out to Sandra Mbuvi.
I love her.
Yeah, we love you so much, man. All
Napenda
love.
kuona hizo gari zake wakienda trips Mombasa. Range Rover baddies.
Wengi kwa wingi.
Sinanga nguvu zao.
Wako on top. Hapo kwa windscreen.
Ambia wazazi wako tafuta pesa. Tafuta pesa watoto wako wasione ni unaringa.
Wewe ndio watu
Watoto wako wasione unaringa.
Yeah.
Waona watoto wengine wanaringa.
Na usipo na
Tafuta
wivu.
pesa.
Wacha kuongelea watoto wao wenyewe.
Usikuweka mimi kama tiaro chafu.
Usikue hivyo.
Tafuta pesa.
Tafuta do.
Sasa mamangu angeniza kwa do.
Haungekuwa unaongelea
Singekuwa
Sandra
na
Mbuvi.
ningekuwa nasema that's my girl.
Unakuwa unasema we just us.
We just
That's how we
us.
roll. That's how we roll.
Kama tiaro chafu ndo hii.
Wewe, chunga.
Tafuta
But as we get into the weekend and as we come to closer, literally as we wind up, the last conversation of the day, 13 people have been confirmed dead in the road accident involving a passenger matatu and a trailer at Migasa area, Nakuru Eldoret Highway. And I was telling you what just a few minutes ago, most of the truck drivers wanakwanga walevi, they're always super drunk, majority of them. Mogoka inakuweka ukiwa, you know, alerted, but now they mix with the alcohol. You know, they mix with the alcohol, which is just so crazy because you're not supposed to be drinking and driving, and especially in a busy road. And I don't know how. I always ask, how can we actually, can that road be expanded? Because I believe it can.
Which one is that?
The Nakuru Eldoret Highway. Unaona tunajua vile ni katina kwa
Of course,
barabara.
ndio na-
Hii barabara inakuanga konde.
Okay. They've done it on Langata.
Kwanza
Road.
kuna
So it's
sijui
possible.
kunaitangwa Saga ama sijui kunaitangwa
Saga.
kuna mahali hata kunanga hata
Inaitwa red, inaitwa nini
Black
what
spot?
black spot. Salga. Hapo na
Salga.
Kuru. Oh my god,
Unasema
accidents
Salga.
hufanyika Salga.
Asante mboga.
Accidents hufanyika huko. Crazy.
It's crazy, man. I wish the government could figure out how they can expand that
because
road
it's
because
possible.
it's been that way for years, literally, since I think colonization.
Right.
You know, just one way path.
Yeah.
There's no, if not, Basi come up with a train from, you know, because that could be easier, like a two-way train. Watu wakwenda na wakurudi.
Yeah.
you know, daytime maybe na night,
Okay.
you know, it will be very,
Nimeanza
very
kuona hata Parongai
convenient.
on your way to Tao from MMU. Wameanza
expanded.
Expand, yeah,
Mbona
because this
wanataka
barabara is-
kuexpand?
I've also
They've actually done it.
Yeah.
Sasa huku ndio hawaezi.
But what is that?
Sasa mwenye
Barabara
building
hapa, hii
atakubali
building.
kuacha na mwenye quick
Huko,
match na
biashara.
mwenye Naivas. You
Yes,
think so that so
yes.
what they do is kama kuna contractor mwenye anasimamia,
yeah.
they'd rather give you that 20 million. And then every contractor disappears. Nobody does shit. Because for him and I feel kutoa hii building, this is a lifetime investment. Ata make you 10 million even in a year.
Yeah.
Na sasa ukitoa forever. So they'd rather like just that's what they do mostly because you see these are businesses, malls and stuff. They wouldn't allow. Imagine hours wa Masai Mall, mwenye Masai Mall. Unadhani atakubali hiyo place yote iende. Because hiyo yote nafai kuwe barabara. All of it, mpaka quick mat. Yote is supposed to be like a road.
Because this road is very thin, but I'm glad they have expanded huko
Yes.
kwingine. Hadi huku ikienda hivi nafaa expandiwe basi sana.
Wame-expand juu sasa huko hakuna mabizi.
Makes
Unaona zile side hakuna mabizi,
Yeah.
bado ni imefunguka exactly.
It's crazy, man. But yes, we're coming to the end of today's conversation. This has been the Rythm Scoop Show. We get to do this every Monday and Friday. I've been the captain of the day. For me, it doesn't end here, of course. See you guys tonight on the Africa Today Show. But of course, for those who will not be able to catch up with us, if you catch that on a replay, have yourself a beautiful weekend. The closing remark,
Have a
ladies.
fun weekend, family. Remember, you are the change you need to see in the world. I'm sending you so much love and light. And never forget who you are. Have a fun weekend.
Have a amazing weekend, guys. Take care. Don't drink and drive, please. We wanna see you on Monday. Enjoy, and enjoy.
Turn me up on them headphones, bro.
Odie, turn me up too. Yeah. Y'all motherfuckers know I had to do it. I had to do it. I had to do it. Everybody in this